Your AI conversation partner is always ready to listen with the Careable app, available right now in iOS and Google Play. It's your personalized AI avatar in human form, always there for you, as it serves as a digital companion. It can speak and understand every language, provide emotional support, mental health, and it's also available to use with ChatGPT. Careable is an excellent app that provides personalized and interactive experiences. Great, remarkable features as far as personalized avatars and can communicate across various channels seamlessly. If you care about great health and well-being, this is without a doubt an app for you. Check it out today in the iOS and Google Play stores. Careable, always your AI conversation partner, always ready to listen. If you're ready to stop waiting for career opportunities and start creating them, you just got to check out the new book, Breaking Boundaries by author Robert D. Murphy, available on Amazon in paperback or Kindle. Check it out today, as the book will help you learn how to command a higher salary and maximize your earning potential. Position yourself for advancement at any career stage and build career resilience. Develop trust with decision makers and grow a network of allies. Align your efforts with your organization's vision for lasting impact, and so much more. Check out the new book, Breaking Boundaries, by author Robert D. Murphy. It's available on his website at breakingboundaries-book.com, or you can pick it up on Amazon, available in paperback or Kindle. Pick your copy up today of Breaking Boundaries, the new book by Robert D. Murphy. If you love to read, you have to check out myfavereads.com. It's an American-based company that focuses on original novels written by authors from all over the world. And what's really cool about these guys is they give you the ability to comment on chapters and paragraphs as a way to communicate with other readers and authors, all within the app. My Fave Reads cares about quality over quantity, as every book you'll find through them passed reviews by their content team to ensure your money is well spent. This is one club you'll be glad you joined. Check them out today by visiting myfavereads.com, and be sure to download their app on iOS and Android by searching My Fave Reads. My Fave Reads, where your next reading adventure awaits.
Where my homies at? Here we are.
The RCWR Show with Lee Sanders.
For Saturday night, January 25th, 2025, you guys are checking out a special edition of the RCWR Show, talking about WWE Saturday night's main event. How you doing, everyone? I hope you all are having a fantastic weekend. My apologies for not being able to do this show live, as some stuff had came up at the last minute. Because remember, a couple of days ago, I told you guys we were going to be putting up a poll on our community section on youtube.com/the RCWR Show. Make sure you subscribe, like, and all that jazz over there. Helps a ton. And I saw how the results was looking, and the end results, it appeared as though y'all wanted a live show. So I definitely was preparing for that, but then some personal stuff had got in the way. So you guys are checking out this episode several hours after main event has premiered, but you are just in time for hearing my thoughts on this event. Look, pretty solid overall. I thought it was a better execution this go round than the first rodeo a couple of weeks ago, but not by much. I think where this episode really shined was the number of talents that were incorporated. By talents, I mean legends. We saw from the likes of Alundra Blaze, Ted DiBiase, who, as soon as I saw him, I'm laughing my ass off. And normally I don't laugh my ass off when it comes to the $1 Million Man. I'm laughing at him these days because I'm going, man, how your kids doing? Because they're involved in all kinds of illegal, controversial stuff. And it's sad that now when I look at the $1 Million Man, I think about his kids. And then I also think about some of the stuff that he got involved in himself. Also, as far as legends appearing on this episode, Mark Henry, Dory Funk Jr., Hacksaw Jim Duggan. That put a really big smile on my face because, as many of you wrestling fans know, these past couple of years, Duggan has been dealing with some serious health issues. So it's nice to see him in really good spirits, smiling. Look, let me tell you something. You will not find not one person saying anything negative about Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Nothing but a lot of love, admiration, respect for the man. Also in attendance, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard. You know who was not in the house for this episode? The immortal Hulk Hogan was not in attendance. Reason being, and before anybody goes, man, that Real American Beer, it must have really bombed big time a couple of weeks ago when Hulk came out and the booing. And no, it turns out Hogan had a family commitment. It was legit. His son, Nick Hogan, tied the knot. And there is a couple of photos in circulation at the time of this recording. There's also a video that's in circulation that shows the Hulkster with RVD, Rob Van Dam, Nick Hogan. They're all having a toast. And somehow Hogan was able to slide in there that damn Real American Beer. From what I've heard, it tastes really, really bad. It makes me not want to try it, I tell you what. But no Hulkster in attendance. And kind of interesting what's going on with the Hulkster, because I know a lot of people are wondering, as far as his future goes, you know, what exactly is that going to entail, especially when it comes to the Saturday night's main event. Is Hogan ever going to resurface on those shows? Who knows, but only time will tell. You know what was kind of interesting about this episode too is the fact that they went to Jesse the Body Ventura, Governator. Governator is Schwarzenegger, Governor Ventura. They did him the same way they did him from the previous Saturday night's main event, which was opened up the show, then midway through the show went to him, and then we saw Jesse on commentary for the main event. Well, this go round, we definitely got Jesse and Joe Tessitore opening up the show, and then we saw Ventura midway as he was offering thoughts on commentary for the Intercontinental Championship match. And then they came back to him and Joe Tessitore one more time later during the broadcast. And that pretty much was it. So the same formula. Some people may have not liked the fact that Ventura was not on commentary for the main event. I actually was okay. I thought where they placed him in regards to the Intercontinental match, I thought that was fine anyway, especially since Ventura could tell some of the history involving the championship. It was good. Everything was good about Ventura. He still continues to be one of the major shining points for this particular series that I really enjoy. So all of that, legends combined, this had more of that retro feel. I even like just cosmetically the little things that you can see, such as the ring. Inside the ring, they had a Saturday night's main event kind of a neon radio sign, and it was SNME. They abbreviated it, and there were two microphones, and that just reminds you of how it was back in the old days when it came to boxing matches particularly. I wish Lillian Garcia would have dressed a little bit more retro. That kind of would have been nice. Maybe she could have gone back to wearing some type of a retro dress from the 80s, 90s. Because I know back then what was really popular for women's wear was the shoulder pads. It was all about the shoulder pads back in the day, and the, nice poofed up hair and big old earrings and everything. I wish she could have gone in that direction, but I don't know. Maybe they can try a little something next go around, see if it works. I mean, you don't know unless you try. You feel me, fam? And something else that was interesting, where Joe Tessitore and Ventura were stationed, that's now been renamed the Okerlund position, paying homage to the late Mean Gene Okerlund. So I thought that was a nice little touch that they did for this weekend's Saturday's main events. So some good stuff right there. Let's get into some more of these matches. Let's start talking about these matches when it's all said and done. Oh, by the way, Joe Tessitore, mad points because he finally changed suits. I mean, we have been seeing him in blue since forever. We saw him in blue when Raw was on the USA Network. We saw him wearing blue when Raw was on Netflix. We see him wearing blue when it comes to SmackDown. And look, I can't even remember now what he was wearing on the first Saturday night main event. But I appreciated the fact that he finally switched up the color scheme there. It kind of had me under the impression only thing he could do was one suit. So anyway, let's talk about the first match on the card for this evening. The Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley successfully defending the title against Nia Jax. This was our opener. Probably the shortest match on the entire card. As this match only went about 8 minutes. And that did include a commercial break. I really wish the commercial break was not incorporated here. But you know how it is when you have your shows on regular television. But you could always make the argument, yeah, but look at what happens with some of those basketball games and football games that air league, baseball as well, hockey as well. Like surely they could have, hey, it's live. It is a form of sports entertainment, but again, 8 minutes is what we got here for this matchup. Final moments of this one, Nia setting things up for a banzai drop. Rhea manages to get up and send Nia over the ropes, crashing to the floor. Rhea climbs up top, connects with a body press. Nia shifts her weight on the riptide and ends up on top for a near fall. Nia Jax tries that banzai drop yet again. This time go around, she connects, tries to set herself up for another one, but Rhea backs up, hits an electric chair drop on Nia. Both women very slow, coming back to a vertical base. Rhea getting the upper hand with a nice big kick to the head, following it up with the riptide. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley picking up the win via pinfall. I love the fact that the way this match was essentially built up, two equal powerhouses between Ripley and Jax. I also love the fact that the way this title defense was for Rhea Ripley, it was not a easy feat. I love that she had to essentially dig into her bag of tricks, just bust out any and everything in trying to overcome Nia Jax. It was one of those deals where, okay, I've tried this move. I've tried a destroyer. Yes, you heard me right. Rhea Ripley actually did a destroyer on Nia Jax. I mean, she was going with any and everything that she could dial up in this one. So I love the fact that, you know, a lot of things was accomplished in this one. One, from the standpoint of Nia Jax, you're looking at things on the side of Nia Jax. Hey, this ain't going to be no early in and out. Oh, thank you. Easy money. No. You're going to have to work for this one. So I love the fact that Nia, even in defeat, looking very tough and everything. And once again, I've been singing the praises of Nia Jax ever since she first came back to the WWE. She continues to be on a roll, especially as far as the improvement of her in-ring work. And look, no matter how you may personally feel about Nia Jax, don't take my word for it. Just do your due diligence and check social media. You'll see, fans, that as far as, oh, she messed up, she did this was sloppy, like all of that has died down drastically. And I'm really, really proud of the work Nia's been putting in there. I really, really am. I can't say enough, sing enough praises for Nia. She is really good in whatever role that is needed of her, whether that is as a champion or trying to help put somebody else over. She definitely, we need to give her her flowers when it's all said and done. Rhea Ripley, very good. Definitely a marquee win needed as she goes into Royal Rumble / WrestleMania season, as we await to see who potentially is going to be her opponent at WrestleMania. Really, really solid stuff. To my second favorite match of the night, the Intercontinental Championship, Braun Breaker defending against Sheamus. And we were told some fun, interesting facts about that Intercontinental Championship and its connection to Saturday night's main event, as this was the first time since 1992 that the IC title was defended on Saturday night's main event. You got to really dive back for you wrestling trivia marks out there. You got to go as far back as to, again, 1992, last time that the IC title was defended. The participants, HBK, defeating British Bulldog on that night. And Sheamus, this was his 10th time challenging for the IC title. The only title that this man has not been able to win. Without a doubt, a Hall of Fame career. Whenever he hangs it up, definitely he's going into the Hall of Fame. But man, you would just like to believe that by getting that IC, surely that would move him even more higher up on the list, right? Or there's no need to move him higher up on the list because everything that he's already accomplished up to this point, it's definitely as good of a resume as it is. Braun Breaker picking up the victory to retain the title at about the 11-minute mark, give or take. Final moments of this matchup, Sheamus looking pretty pissed off, wanting for Braun Breaker to come at him, hit him with everything he's got, cursing at him and everything. Big knee from Sheamus, gets a near fall. Braun Breaker to the apron. Sheamus coming in with those clubbing shots to the chest. Hits the Celtic Cross for a 2 count. Ventura is mouthing off about the referee. He swears the referee was deliberate when it came to that 3rd count because it just felt like an eternity and all that. They played the footage back a couple of times. I didn't quite see what Ventura was seeing, but hey, I appreciate the man stirring the pot. Braun gets a 2 count on Sheamus, but gets kicked in the corner. There's a Franken breaker from off the top rope. Braun ends up running into a bro kick. And from there, Sheamus going in for the cover. 1, 2. Braun manages to get his foot up on the ropes just in time. And from here, it was very weird what was going on because it seemed as though Sheamus was trying to go for a bro kick. And he couldn't quite get it all in there because his ribs had got hurt multiple times throughout this match, which, by the way, insane killer spot outside the ring when Braun Breaker just hit Sheamus in the rib. Sheamus was trying to leap off of the steel steps. He was looking for maybe a double axle. I'm not sure what, but man, Breaker caught him midair, and oof, that was nasty, let me tell you. But going into the final seconds here, you could see that Sheamus was favoring his ribs, and you all would have to go back and watch this part of the match yourself, because I couldn't help but feel as though things were a little bit miscalculated as far as timing and placement goes, because it seems when Sheamus is getting ready to do the bro kick and then he starts favoring his ribs, Breaker kind of comes off as if, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do my spear. Oh, wait. Maybe this isn't, am I supposed to do something here? And you can legit see Breaker kind of pull back a little bit. He doesn't do the spear. And then they pretty much do that sequence again where Sheamus pretty much comes off the rope. He's looking for a bro kick. This go round, Breaker lays into Sheamus with the spear, retains the IC title that way. Little bit of some hiccups there for sure towards the end, but overall, very solid outing and effort by both men. Some good spots in there, in between and everything. Definitely a banger of a match. I wouldn't mind seeing these two lock up again. There's definitely enough here to warrant these two clashing yet again. So we'll see what happens when it's all said and done. Meanwhile, for the undisputed WWE Championship contract signing, Cody Rhodes defending against Kevin Owens, happening at the Royal Rumble. Shawn Michaels messed up because once he got the signatures, he said this Saturday, and you're going, no, Shawn, it's already Saturday. You mean next Saturday, which is basically, February 1st, but it's all good. It's Shawn Michaels. We don't, hey, I love Shawn Michaels. As soon as I heard that theme song, I was just rocking my head. I was doing my little Shawn Michaels foot dance that he normally would do when he comes out and everything. I was having some nice flashbacks, some really good flashbacks. Let me tell you, this segment was pretty good as Cody Rhodes was done with the talk. He was ready to sign these contracts, get it on already. So, these two can fight at the Royal Rumble. Kevin Owens coming in there with some verbal cheap shots of his own, basically saying he's going to prove that he's the rightful WWE champion and everything that Cody has will be his, the pyros, the money, everything. And Kevin pretty much tells, Cody Rhodes, hey, when I beat you, you can do whatever. You can do like Shawn Michaels did and quit for all I care, or go away like Shawn because Shawn had lost his smile and all that. Shawn called out Kevin Owens, wondering if KO is jealous of everything that essentially Cody Rhodes fought hard for. And Kevin just scoffed at that idea. Eventually, he signs the contract, hands it back to HBK rather roughly. Shawn calls for a referee to come in, take both of the championship belts from both men so that they could be suspended above the ring and everything. Shawn wishes both men luck, tries to shake the hand of Kevin, but Kevin does not want to shake his hand for nothing. HBK, we'll forget you then. Shakes the hand of Cody. KO comes in with a cheap shot to Cody, tries to look for a package pile driver on Shawn, but Cody blocks it with a super kick. Shawn comes in with a kick of his own that sends KO rolling and packing, and that pretty much was the end of that respected segment. You know, look, when it comes to these contract signings, usually it's a case of rinse, repeat, monkey see, monkey do. That really wasn't. But the fact that we got HBK in there, and as I was watching this, I was saying to my wife, hey, watch that HBK. Like you got to watch him because somebody's getting super kicked here. Like, just wait. Wait until you see somebody getting super kicked. I'm telling you.
Calling all comic book lovers, dreamers, and adventurers. From the streets of Chicago to the depths of space. From gripping tales of heroism to heart-pounding battles, Wiseacre Comics delivers stories that rival the greats. We're not just creating comics, we're building worlds. Whether it's the electrifying journey of Magnus, the heart-stopping suspense of Crisis, or the supernatural saga of Vivi, each story is crafted with passion, creativity, and meaning. Wiseacre Comics isn't just about heroes, it's about you. As an indie black-owned publisher, we're fighting to bring marginalized characters and fresh, bold stories to life, because everyone deserves to see themselves in a story that inspires. Ready to take your imagination to the next level? Visit wiseacre.us today. Get exclusive comics, special editions, and even be a part of the adventure. Don't miss Magnus, perfect for the young comic fan in your life. Wiseacre Comics, great stories and universes you won't forget. Start your journey now at www.wiseacre.us.
Looking for everything in one place? We've got you covered. From trendy women's and men's collections to comfy shoes, bags, and accessories, NQBYG has it all. Need a home refresh? Check out our home and living collection. Everything from kitchen must-haves to cozy decor. Why shop anywhere else when you can find everything at NQBYG? Visit www.nqbyg.com, your one-stop e-commerce shop. www.nqbyg.com.
Ready to transform your leadership style? Dive into A Seat at the Table, One Leader's Journey to Embracing Democratic Leadership by Jeremiah Garcia Bach. Discover how Garcia Bach overcame early struggles with team trust and morale, shifting from a controlling approach to one of collaboration and empowerment. Hear his candid recounting of failures, the wake-up call from his team, and the transformative journey that followed. Learn from practical strategies for fostering innovation, trust, and inclusivity. This book is a must-read for aspiring leaders looking to create a supportive and motivated team. Get your copy today of A Seat at the Table, One Leader's Journey to Embracing Democratic Leadership, available on Amazon in paperback and Kindle. Get your copy today and give everyone a seat at the table. PorcelainPack.com, where you get crap for your crap. Remember the good old days when the bathroom was your secret escape? Before smartphones turned us into thumb-twitching zombies, it was your private sanctuary. Dive into a Garfield comic, tackle a tricky crossword, or beat your high score on that beeping handheld game. Revive your throne time with PorcelainPack.com, as each box is a treasure trove of vintage, antique, and nostalgic gems. From LCD handheld games and pocket puzzles to comic anthologies and classic magazines, we've got it all. Keep your hands busy and your mind engaged with cool toys, bathroom readers, and pulp novels, plus additional mystery treats and surprises. Turn your bathroom breaks from to oh with PorcelainPack.com. Visit today, PorcelainPack.com. One more time, PorcelainPack.com. Attention, all individuals and business owners.
Are you looking for top-notch tax services from a trusted provider? Look no further than J. Chubb CPA. At J. Chubb CPA, we've been delivering exceptional tax services to our clients for over 20 years. As a small, family-owned business, we've grown to become one of the most trusted tax service providers in the area. Our team of certified tax professionals brings decades of experience to the table. We specialize in tax planning, preparation, financial planning and investment, bookkeeping services, business formation, and resolution for individuals and businesses of all sizes. And guess what? We're running a special for new clients. Get your single and married standard tax return done for just $99 or your business corporation tax return for only $149. CPAchubb.com. That's www.cpachubb.com. www.cpachubb.com or email us at jameschubb@cpachubb.com or give us a call at area code 248-943-2503 or 248-719-5817. J. Chubb CPA, trusted tax services for over 20 years. Check out Trend Rebel. Become a subscriber and unlock your trading potential with Trend Rebel. As a Trend Rebel subscriber, you'll receive access to the trading floor, advanced insights for all indices, stocks, and cryptos, detailed trading ideas and pivot points, open forum for questions, assistance, and trade ideas, weekly live calls with elite traders, exciting stock trading contests with cash prizes, comprehensive video library and training resources. But that's not all. With Trend Rebel, you'll have the opportunity to connect with advanced traders and like-minded investors, learn winning strategies for day trading, swing trading, and long-term investing. Stay ahead of the market with in-depth analysis and pivots posted before the market opens and throughout the day. Balance your day job with profitable trading opportunities, and most importantly, build confidence and let your money work for you. Check out their 7-day free trial that's available right now. Visit the link in the episode description of this very episode or head on over to www.trendrebel.pro. Once again, www.trendrebel.pro. Trust me, folks, you don't want to miss out on this as it's beginner friendly and provides the best pivots in the industry. Trendrebel.pro. One more time, trendrebel.pro.
And now, back to the great talk of wrestling, entertainment, and beyond. Since 2011, you're listening to the RCWR Show with Lee Sanders.
Yeah, somebody getting super kicked, and somebody did get super kicked. San Antonio crowd, and I keep forgetting that Shawn Michaels no longer lives in San Antonio, Texas. I don't know how long it's been since he moved away from there. I would imagine, it's probably been what, y'all? Probably about 3, maybe 4 years. Match it up to whenever he accepted the NXT position full time and everything, helping out at WWE. But great HBK crowd. That crowd loved them some HBK. You could do no wrong. You could do no wrong with HBK. From there, one of my absolute favorites, because I love you, Fatu. Jacob Fatu taking on Braun Strowman. This ended in a disqualification. So winner as a result of that disqualification is Braun Strowman. This was insane. Jacob Fatu, he ends up finding a chair from outside the ring, manages to take out a couple of security guards. But wait. Before that, we got to make sure we head back to the action that was going on by the announcer's table, because Jacob ended up backdropping Strowman on the table. Braun gets sent into the steps, then back into the ring. A couple of hip smashes into the corner by Fatu. Braun's pretty much looking out of it at this point. Referee tries to stop Fatu, gets tossed out the ring. Fatu going in with a couple more of those hip attacks to the face. Referee calls for the bell. So that's where your DQ comes in there. From there, Jacob ends up grabbing a chair, takes out a couple of security guards, trying to buy Braun enough time to blade himself, which he does, as you see that he's maybe popped a capsule or whatever in his mouth and he's oozing out blood. Officials trying to stop Fatu. Fatu hits a couple of moonsaults. The fans are going ballistic over what they are seeing here. And they loved what they saw, that crowd. This was some damn good shit. I love this. Now, look, those of us that's been watching the career of Braun Strowman for all these years, look, as far as him potentially becoming a world heavyweight champion again, I'm not personally going to say never, but for me personally, I just don't see that on the bingo card right now, considering all the fresher, younger folks that you have on the roster and everything. I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards working with them as opposed to Strowman. But as far as having an individual like Strowman that can really help build up another next main eventer like what we got here in Jacob Fatu, I say, you know what? That's what's up. Let's go in that direction. This was a solid match, and everything that happened post, great way to further establish Fatu as that individual you don't want to fuck with, right? Because he's got that dog in him, okay? He's got that bite, all right? No bread, no water, just meat. You feel who I'm coming from? Love you, Book. You feel who I'm coming from? But that's how you got to do this. And look, not for nothing, that music that Fatu's got, oh, man, I love that. I'm going to try to see if that's on Spotify yet, but I love that joint. When I hear that song, remember how it was when Mark Henry would come out? Somebody gonna get the ass kicked. I mean, you just, those first couple of beats, you're like, oh, this joint sound, this sound kick-ass. This sound, and then you heard the lyrics, you're like, oh, okay, that's what time it is. Jacob Fatu, his music has you feeling that same way. You are in that same zone. I love that. I love that. Good shit. I can't remember what was the name of the last producer that WWE was using for the themes. I'm glad they got away from that shit. Seriously, I am so glad they got away from that. Main event time, World Heavyweight Championship match. Gunther defending against main event Jey Uso. No surprise here, Gunther retaining the championship at about the 15-minute mark, give or take. What really hurt this match, they took not one but two commercial breaks, and that took up a big chunk. So when you really get down to it, it might have been about a 15, 16-minute match, but minus the commercials, you're looking at about 9, maybe 10 minutes at most. But from what we were able to get, they're able to see, viewing-wise, okay. It was all right. I think where I'm really, by the way, as far as the finish to this one, coming up on the final seconds, Gunther ends up cutting off Jey Uso, setting up for a superplex that Uso blocks. There's a slip down, and then there's a sit out power bomb for a near fall. Gunther tries for a power bomb, but Jey manages to wiggle his way out of it, hits a spear for a 2 count. Jey follows up with a spear after connecting with a super kick, tries climbing up to the top, hits the Uso splash. So close yet so far away. Gunther blocks a spear attempt by Jey, hits not one but 2 power bombs to retain his World Heavyweight Championship that way. Solid title defense there. Looks like Gunther kind of nodding his head. Seems as though Gunther respects Jey Uso there. Now, is this a case, though, where Jey Uso, does he maybe follow up with Gunther and say, hey, I hope now you're going to put some respect on my name, and even though maybe I didn't get the job done on Saturday, hopefully you now know that, I be that dog. You shouldn't take me so lightly if our paths ever cross again. And rest assured, they just might cross again when I go into this year's Royal Rumble and win that damn thing. I'd be very curious if there was something along those lines of an exchange between Uso and Gunther. I'd be very curious how Gunther would respond to all of that. I don't think we'll honestly have to wait that long. Good matches. I appreciate the fact that there wasn't a match that was too long-winded. But at the same time, some of the matches that we just talked about were a little bit too short, especially when you factor in the commercials and all that. But look, we're talking about just a hard 2-hour block of time that we got here. But my biggest takeaway was honestly loving the continuation in building up Jacob Fatu. Just making him be a fucking killer. I love it. Good main event. I wish in regards to the Okerlund position, something cool that WWE should definitely entertain is, okay, well, look, obviously there's only one Mean Gene Okerlund, but could we maybe start rotating special legends that can be in that position? You don't have to get a permanent person. You feel me? You don't have to get a permanent backstage interviewer. Because that's definitely one of the things that's missing from Saturday night's main event is seeing Gene Okerlund with whoever, and then we're going into that next match and all that. We're definitely missing that part. Maybe seeing a wrestler's training montage and all that other stuff. We're definitely missing those elements. So I started thinking about it as far as a short list of, well, who could be in that Okerlund position. Let me know what you guys think as far as these names go. But I'm thinking Sean Mooney. Sean Mooney isn't attached to a wrestling promotion. I mean, is he even still doing his podcast? I believe he is. At least the last time I checked several months ago, he's still doing the podcast. But that's definitely a good option right there. Still looks very recognizable, too. The hair may be more gray, but he still looks very recognizable. Still has that great voice, that very soothing, kind of not really gruff, not roughy, but he has that smooth, distinct voice. You know him when you hear him. How about Greg Gagne? Greg Gagne has definitely done his fair share of backstage interviewing, and he's also done his fair share of commentary. So he definitely would be somebody. He's got some ties, too, to some of the people that's in WWE. For starters, with Tiffany Stratton and everything. He actually had a big hand in training her and all of that. So I think that's definitely somebody WWE should consider to put in the Okerlund position. Still rather recognizable, and well, as we're going down the list and you hear these names, I think you all will be in agreement that, oh yeah, you know what, they do have that old school type of feel to them, bringing all these people in. Hey, kind of interesting. This next name, some people may be like, no, it might be beneath him. He may want a bigger role. Lee, don't really see that happening. Look, I'd be very curious. And look, for those of you that are fans of this next guy, hey, I would welcome you all to send a letter and be like, hey, I was listening to Lee Sanders from the RCWR show, who, rants and raves about you guys, loves you guys and everything. Conrad definitely knows of me and everything. I know he's been aware of me for some years now. But I'd be like, hey, Lee, pitch this idea of Eric Bischoff maybe coming in there from time to time, being a backstage interviewer, like in the role of Gene Okerlund. I mean, look, not for nothing, but when you go back to the WCW days, Bischoff was even doing it over there before he became the president of WCW and head of creative and all that other stuff. So I'm curious, in my perfect world, I would definitely have Eric Bischoff do it. But I'm curious if Eric Bischoff, if a position presented itself where Triple H, Paul Levesque was like, look, we love it if you could come in sometimes for the Saturday night main events and be in the backstage role of Gene Okerlund. What do you say? I wonder what Eric would do. I wonder what his response to that would be. This would be definitely a hell freezes over moment. And this other one, I'm curious, would he be interested? Jim Cornette. Man, that would be right. That would be an interesting one. Also, personal favorite of mine. I used to love this guy back in the day on WWE Superstars. Michael P.S. Hayes. Come on now. Come on. Michael P.S. Hayes. And then this last one, you're just assuming it's a matter of time before he and his kid roll out on AEW. Taz. Taz would fit that backstage role so perfectly. He's got that nice throwback vibe, but has that current vibe about him as well, if that makes any sense at all. So that's my list. If there's some names that you feel should be added to this list, let me know. But that's what I'm working with here, just off the top of my head. But yeah, once again, pretty solid edition of Saturday night's main event. Now, some of you may be curious about, hey, what's going to happen with future installments of main event? When is the next one? Well, it looks like according to the premium live events schedule on Peacock, WWE is going to be running additional Saturday night main event specials on May 24th and then again on May 12th. Both of those events are going to be airing at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Peacock and NBC. Mark down that July 12th date. That's going to be a significant one because AEW is going to be running their all-in event from the Globe Life Field in Arlington. So that's going to be a very interesting one. As you would imagine, this weekend's main event, that pretty much went head-to-head with AEW Collision. So I can't wait to see how things are looking right there with the ratings and everything. And then, of course, as we just mentioned, besides the May 24th edition, that July 12th, Saturday night's main event, running at 8 p.m. as well, that's definitely going to be going head-to-head with an episode of Collision. So that's what's going on there. Now, tickets are not available for those events just yet. And I know some of you are going, well, damn, Lee, you're talking about May and July. There's nothing happening February, March, April. There's no Saturday night special on our way to WrestleMania. Not from what I am able to see right now. And I was on WWE's site to confirm. First, I did Ticketmaster to see all the events that was coming up. And then I went on WWE's site and I was actually able to see an extended list of dates from WWE. And yeah, I'm not seeing anything right now except those dates that I had mentioned. So if WWE is going to be doing another Saturday night's main event, in the next 2 months or right before WrestleMania, we'll just have to wait and see. But for sure, those 2 dates right there, you can definitely lock that in. Those are your next 2 dates. So with that, scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to say this edition of Saturday night's main event, I'm going to give it a respected 4 matches, 2 hours. See, I'm looking at the times for these matches too. We're talking about like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21, about 30, maybe about 45 minutes, give or take, of in-ring action from a 2-hour broadcast. That's not too shabby. I wish we could have gotten a little bit more in-ring action, though. But the quality of the matches was definitely there. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I can't go higher. I'm not going to go any lower. A 7 out of 10 for sure. Because when you're dealing with regular television and you got that hard time, cutoff time, and then the mandatory, hey, you have to get a commercial. There's slightly more flexibility, as some of you guys know by now, when it's on cable television and all that, or maybe streaming exclusively on the app. But they were able to manage pretty good, I think, all things considered, for this installment. So let me know what you guys thought about this weekend's Saturday night main event. And in the meantime, I want you guys to be kind, rewind, check out previous episodes you might have missed for on demand and on the downloads. We got Monday's show that's now up. We have, what was it? We did a bonus show on Thursday. That's now available. So combine those two with this edition and just binge away, y'all. Catch up on what all you missed, because at that point, your next edition of the RCWR show won't hit until Monday night, January 27th, 2025, minutes after WWE Raw goes off the air. Shout out to friends of the show. Shout out to our sponsors as well. And make sure you get at me all throughout social media. Use the keywords, the RCWR show. Until next go round, my pretty babies, I'm wishing all of y'all to be safe and, most importantly, be kind to one another. Take care, y'all. Peace.
Thanks for listening. An Infinity One Productions presentation, keeping it honest, insightful, and interactive.